Congratulations on setting up your first cryptocurrency exchange. Perhaps you have gone ahead and verified your account already, deposited some Australian dollars, and you might have even purchased a little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum just to play around with. You don't have to do massive numbers when you're first setting things up. Maybe you're just buying $5, $10, $50 worth just so you can get the process done and get integrated with the industry. The next thing that you're going to want to do after you've set up your cryptocurrency exchange is set up your first cryptocurrency wallet. Now, there's two wallets that we recommend that you sign up to. And again, the great place to come to is our Discord server where we have the referral links and links to things like wallets that we're going to download now. If you're not in the Discord server, of course, I'll put it in the link to the description in this video. However, as I mentioned, the great wallet that we want you to set up first is an Exodus wallet. Now, the reason why we set up an Exodus wallet first is in the cryptocurrency industry, Bitcoin cannot be stored on, say, an Ethereum wallet, and Ethereum cannot be stored on a Bitcoin wallet. So what you're going to need to do is download a multi-coin wallet, and Exodus is a multi-coin wallet. So come here and click on the link here. That'll take you to the Exodus website. You're then going to simply click on this download tab at the top right hand corner. You can download the Windows or Mac, whatever you're using. So click download. That's then going to go into your download tab here. You're then going to open the file. That'll start installing Exodus, and it'll pop up. You just go to your desktop here, double click on the icon and it'll pop up here. And now you can start using the Exodus wallet. Now, as mentioned, there is multiple coins on this wallet. And that's the great thing, especially for beginners. You don't need to worry about, for example, downloading a Bitcoin wallet to store your Bitcoin on, downloading an Ethereum wallet to store your Ethereum on, and then for Solana, then having to download another wallet to store your Solana. Exodus is a software that pulls all of your wallets into the one place for you. And each of the wallets has its own private key, but you have one master key, which we'll be talking about in a moment. And all you need to do is keep that master key secure. You'll keep it either written down on a pen and paper and put it in a safe, or save it onto two USBs. Keep one in one safe and another in another safe in another location. That's the best way you go about it. But all you need to do is keep that master key safe, okay? We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But let's just explore some of the features of this Exodus wallet. And as mentioned, it's a multi-coin wallet. So in this wallet tab up here, you've got a portfolio tab over here. We're going to check out this wallet tab. You can see here there's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum, there's USDT, there's Binance Coin, Solana, XRP, the list goes on. There's 100 plus coins that you can store in this wallet. So in our example before, where we set up the Australian crypto exchange called CoinStash, if you went and bought some Bitcoin from CoinStash, what you could now do is go and withdraw that Bitcoin from the exchange and keep it on your own wallet, being your Exodus wallet. So let's have a look at how you would do that. Okay, so we start off by being on the Exodus wallet, and we need to get our receive address. So this is where we're going to be sending the Bitcoin to. So that's your address there. Always use the copy button like that. You can then exit this, come back to your exchange side. So we'd go over to here and you're on the exchange side. Come to your portfolio tab up here, the top left-hand tab on the CoinStash website, and you would simply click on withdraw, okay? Now it says that we've got 0.1 Bitcoin available to withdraw, and we can click on this withdraw to a new BTC address. We can simply copy and paste that address. And a simple tip to do is always look at the first three digits, BC1, and the last three digits, VAU. So let's go back to the Exodus wallet and check that. And of course, it's BC1, VAU. We're all good to send the Bitcoin to here, okay? So we would click next. You can save the address if you want to. You could call it Exodus wallet. Click next. It's going to ask me for two-factor authenticator, so I'm just going to pop that in. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've put the 2FA in, and now I can put in the amount of Bitcoin that I want to withdraw. So let's just withdraw the whole 0.1. You then can click the send BTC button. I'm not going to do it in this case because I don't want to withdraw to this wallet. But after I click that, the Bitcoin would then land in here in this wallet. Okay, so that's just an example of how you can withdraw Bitcoin. But then you've also got an Ethereum wallet, and you'll notice that when you click receive, it has a different address. So it's a 0x0, sorry, and ending in 48A. Okay, so if you wanted to withdraw Ethereum to this wallet, then you can copy that address. You can do the same thing, come over to the CoinStash platform. I'm not holding Ethereum on my exchange wallet, but you would be able to basically go into the Ethereum and find it if you were holding it. Let's do a coin that I am holding. All right, so let's withdraw Arbitrum. So we can go and find Arbitrum. Let's use the search function ARB, Arbitrum here. This is a really good example. So basically Arbitrum, it's a coin that can be held on multiple different networks. So you could hold it on the Ethereum network, the Arbitrum network, the Binance network. It can be held across different networks. In this case, it's the Arbitrum network that we're sending this coin to. So basically we'd go and click the receive address. You can copy that address. You'd then go onto your exchange, click on Arbitrum to withdraw. You can go withdraw to a new Arbitrum address, and you would paste that address in here. And as you can see here, it's saying which network you're sending it to. It's the Arbitrum one. You can then click next, basically put in the amount of Arbitrum that you want to send. Say it's 1,000, whatever it is, and click the send button. And that will then appear right here in the Arbitrum wallet. Okay. So in this example, if we did proceed with those, we'd then have some Arbitrum on our Arbitrum network wallet, and then we would also have some Bitcoin back here in the Bitcoin wallet. Now, the final thing that I want to cover, and this will be all for the Exodus wallet for now, is understanding that what we mean by having a Bitcoin wallet and an Ethereum wallet. Now, Bitcoin, as I said, it's its own network. You can't send Ethereum to your Bitcoin wallet address. That's not how it works. However, Ethereum, you can send Ethereum to this Ethereum wallet address, but the same wallet address can also receive Tether USD, because Tether USD is an Ethereum network coin. You will notice here when we click on the receive address for Ethereum, it's ending in 8A. And same as when we click on the receive address for USDT, it's ending in 8A. That's because they're both Ethereum network coins. There's a whole range of other coins that are also Ethereum network coins. USD coin is, so it should have the 8A address, and it does. Whereas Solana is not an Ethereum network coin. It's its own network, the Solana network. So when we click the receive, it's got a whole new address, okay? So in the next section, we're going to be looking at a MetaMask wallet. Now, a MetaMask wallet is an Ethereum-based wallet. It's not a multi-coin wallet like Exodus, where you can hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, USD, Solana, XRP, all these other coins. It's just Ethereum-based coins. So you can hold Ethereum on the MetaMask wallet. You can hold Tether on the MetaMask wallet, and a whole range of other Ethereum-based coins on the MetaMask wallet. But you cannot hold, say, Bitcoin on the MetaMask wallet. The last point that we want to go over for the Exodus wallet is understanding saving your private key. If you come to this portfolio tab, once you have received your first crypto into this Exodus wallet, this area here, the portfolio section, is going to prompt you to save your 12-word seed phrase. Okay, that's that master key that you need to keep safe on a piece of paper and lock it in a safe. Keep one copy in one destination, keep another copy in another destination in case there was a fire at your house or whatever. You need to make sure that you keep that safe. And that's what's going to allow you to restore your wallet onto other devices as well. So you can only get that 12-word seed phrase once you've sent your first crypto to your Exodus wallet. So as soon as you've done that, and as just to repeat, we sent some Bitcoin and some Arbitrum in the example before. Once they land in the Exodus wallet, come to this portfolio tab and save that 12-word seed phrase. In the next section, as I say, we're going to go and look at the MetaMask wallet. So let's head over to that now.